Welcome everyone. This is EOD33 Wrestling Hub. I'm your host, and today's 33. And tonight's episode we'll be reviewing is the May 7th, 2025 edition of Evolve. And a lot happened in a short amount of time. So let's get started. All right, first up we have Stevie Turner, the general manager of Evolve, or as she likes to call herself, the Prime Minister of Evolve. Had the town hall meetings. Everyone was around the ring, and basically the rumors were true. Town hall was to introduce the Evolve Women's Championship and the Men's Championship. Um, First things first, the Women's Championship is going to be crowned in 3 weeks' time in a fatal four-way match. And right now it's Kendal Grey, Kali Armstrong, and Wendy Choo. The four spots open. She didn't exactly say how they were going to fill it. I'm guessing some elimination matches or something like that. The men will be decided in a fatal four-way in 4 weeks' time. And the only person that was announced was Super Sean Legacy, which led to Keanu Carver being mad, jumping into the ring, and then Harlem Lewis getting mad. He jumps in the ring. They start bickering with each other, and I'm assuming the same thing's going to happen. Maybe some type of tournament, I guess. But they really didn't say. So then, while Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis were in the ring, they got jumped by Swipe Right because they got beat by them last week. And basically, then the Vanity Party came in. All hell broke loose. So finally, they were able to get everybody squared away out the ring. And then Kali Armstrong, I believe, was in the ring. Then Kendal Grey came in. They started scrapping. Then there was a big beef. Everyone started scrapping, the women, and then Armstrong ended up taking out Gray. Took her, she chop blocked her basically, and she had a match later on in the night against Surprise Star, which I'll announce in a little bit. So that was pretty much the first segment. So, all right, on to the very first match, which was very first match is going to be Summer Sorrell, who's debuting on Evolve, versus Wendy Choo. We had a nice little Wendy Choo vignette. I'm like, they really make her into like a big thing on this show, which is why I was actually, I don't know why I was surprised she was going to be in the title picture, but like, yeah, she hasn't lost at all. So Chewy ends up interviewing Summer Sorrell. She basically introduced herself, saying that how she was actually scared of Wendy Choo because Wendy Choo's a little terrifying, but you know she's going to use that fear to motivate her because it is the season of summer. I like how they have the little play on words and stuff like that. Her name's Summer Sorrell, so that's what's the first match going to be, but didn't quite happen yet. What happened before the first match was this. Remember that special star that I said was going to be facing Kendal Grey later on? Nikkita Lyons was on the show. She was in Stevie Turner's office, and they were just talking. And then Zeta Steel showed up. See, I almost was about to mess up her name. Zeta Steel showed up. They talked a little bit, and she basically, Nikkita Lyons said she kind of likes the confidence that Zeta still has, and maybe one day Zeta Steel and the Vanity Project, maybe they could do a collaboration. And they walked out together, and that was pretty much it. It was kind of cool because I actually didn't realize about the Twitter beef this past week. Okay, it wasn't real Twitter beef because obviously these were filmed a long time ago, but no one knew this was going to happen. So basically, had a Twitter beef to say, okay, well, I'm going to show up on Evolve and handle you. So I'm like, I like the way they did that. You social media promote a match that was probably taped months ago. So, all right, now we can go on to the first match, which was, like I said, Wendy Choo and Summer Sorrell. So talk about that right now. All right, like I said, first match of the evening was Summer Sorrell versus Wendy Choo. And as you already see, a lot's happened before that first match, which is a nice change of pace. basically, it was a good match. Summer Sorrell showed some stuff, but I mean, Wendy Choo was just basically toying with her the entire match, for the most part. Um, but it was decent. It was a decent match. Of course, we all knew when she was going to win this match, especially if she's going to be up for the women's title. What did she do? Oh, she eventually ended up just choking her out, putting her in the dirt nap. And as she was about to do what she did to Kylie Rae last week, she got the marker, was going to draw on her face. Because normally she has the blanket sit on people. She's going to draw on her face, and that's when Kylie Rae showed up. And Kylie Rae wasn't smiling. And she came in and actually almost gave her a little beat down. Wendy Choo ended up got tossed off the ring. But Wendy Choo was like laughing. She was smiling at the chaos, but Kylie Rae wasn't. So that leads me to my theory from last week that I don't know, maybe she's trying to turn her to the dark side, and maybe they might actually tag at some point. Who knows? But this beef between the two of them, is it over? Which almost makes me think that that's why Wendy Choo's not going to end up winning the championship in about 3 weeks' time. So because of this beef, she's got like a feud already going on. So yeah, that's it for that. So next match was. Oh, not next match. You'll find out why in a second. All right. Reason why I said not next match, because we go to the parking lot and then we see a car pull up. Car pulls up. Guess who comes out? Lexis King from NXT comes out. I was like, what is going on? So Lexis King comes in the ring, cuts a promo, talks about he wanted to be in Evolve because that was the place to be back in the day, and Evolve now is the gateway to NXT, and he's officially the gateway to NXT. So you want to come to his kingdom of NXT, he has to deem you worthy. That's when Super Sean Legacy shows up and everything, the man that is going for the title. They had a little back and forth. It was kind of respectful a little bit, but you could tell Sean Legacy's the face, King's the heel. And they actually set up a match for next week and everything. They shook on it and everything. It was good. The back and forth was good. Can't remember everything they said. I know I wrote it down somewhere. But it was good. Like Sean Legacy basically said, you're like downgrading everybody in the back. Like they're not worthy of being on NXT when he said he had to do like 16-hour drives to do wrestling shows for $20 in a handshake, which he says he still does, which I kind of believe and everything. Maybe not $20, but I still believe they're still doing that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was pretty good. I was just shocked. I'm like, Lexis King was like the Heritage Cup champion, so they're not just bringing like just anybody from NXT. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Good segment. It's really going to showcase Lexis King and Sean Legacy. I think Lexis King's going to, put him over. Sean Legacy's not winning that match. Let me put that clear. But that's for next week, so we'll talk about that next week. So, all right, let's go to the next segment, which was. All right, the next segment, we actually saw the medical room. Like I said, a lot of stuff was going on. We got to see a lot of different parts. Kylie Bright went to go check on Kendal Grey because of her knee from earlier in the night because she has a match. She offered to go out and have her back and everything, but Kendal Grey was like, no, she wants to do this by herself, everything. And she was in a lot of pain. What I liked about it was now it's starting to really feel like NXT light. Now we got backstage, we got the parking lot, we got the medical room, we saw Stevie Turner's office. So they're slowly putting everything together. Unfortunately, a lot of people on the show was released last week, so I'm thinking that's how we're gonna find out. Like, I personally don't know like how far these things were recorded and everything. So all right, next segment. This show was heavy with the segment, so next segment. All right, so actually this one wasn't a segment, it was an actual match. So we had Jackson Drake with the Vanity Project versus Draco Knox. I already knew how this match was going to end because the way they're positioning the Vanity Project and Draco Knox. Not to say that he hasn't been on TV a lot, because if you ever watch NXT, he's usually part of the security on NXT. So he's like, you see him a lot now that we see him wrestle. It's like, okay, I know who he is. But the match was actually really, really good. This was a good match. Back and forth, but at the end, Jason, what was it? Not I was gonna say Jason Jackson. Jackson Drake won. All right, this was a segment. This one, basically, you had Chewy. I feel kind of bad for even saying this. Chewy was interviewing Javier Bernell, which I was right and wrong about at the same time. Last week I said, yeah, it looks like he's getting the gimmick change, which is true. He announced his new gimmick on this week's episode. Unfortunately, as you know, if you follow the channel and went to my breaking news last Friday, Javier Bernell has been let go by WWE. So, like I said, these are taped way in advance. So it kind of sucks, because I do like his new thing. He's not Big Body Hobby anymore. I forgot the type of music, but it's more like that is his new gimmick and everything. So he looks completely different and everything, and I like it. I like the look and everything. I like the explanation what that he gave. Let me see. I might have wrote it down exactly what the genre of music that he good for. Oh, he went to a metalcore show. That's what it is. So now he's kind of dressed like that and everything. And I'm like, okay, I'm digging the look and everything. It looks interesting. I don't know like how far in advance, so I don't know what they're gonna do with his character going forward, but I'm interested. So, all right. Next. Oh, before we get to the next thing, I forgot, because I haven't seen this guy in a while. Remember, like episode 1 or 2, there was this guy named It's Gal. He showed up in the middle of the interview with Javier Bernell and Chewy. So, yeah, Javier Bernell versus It's Gal is coming. It's coming. So, all right, now on to the next thing. All right, next segment. Like I said, another segment. They were in the parking lot, and Lexis King was leaving, and he met up with the Vanity Project. And Ricky Smokes actually got a lot of talking this week. He basically told Lexis King it must be good to be the king. He said his beard was looking extra crispy. If you ever seen Lexis King's beard, it's like it's got designs in it and everything. So I mean, it was looking sharp. I will give him that. Lexis King said, "Oh, he appreciates it and everything," and he also liked what Spike White did against Axiom or Fraxium, Nathan Frazier and Axiom a couple weeks ago on NXT, which was good. That was nice. So basically, they were having a bromance moment, and they said if he needs any help next week, or basically the whole group was like, if he needs any help next week, let them know. And Zeta still said, also, if you want to slide into the DMs, you can. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, a little segment. Which at the end of the review, I have like a theory of what was going on tonight. I don't know if it's short. This is like a theory, but that'll be at the end of the show. So, okay, on to the next thing. Now, the main event of the evening, Nikkita Lyons versus Kendal Grey. This match was good. And Kendal was still favoring the leg a lot. And it was actually kind of good because it helped protect her. But Nikkita Lyons, I don't know, maybe she's done this move before. I don't know. What was it called? The Yam Slam? He did that to Kendal Grey outside on the edge of the apron. That mess was crazy. That got the whole crowd going. But yeah, it was a lot of back and forth this one again. This was a good match and everything. I know some people like talk about Nikkita Lyons. They did talk about her knee injury because Kendal Grey has the injury. She knew how to work the leg and everything. She just targeted the entire night, basically having fun, like she'll hit her and then she'll start twerking or whatever and stuff like that. At the end, it looked like Zeta put in some offense. She jumped the second rope, but because of her leg was messed up, she fell. This was not a botch. What this is planned. You can see how they did it in the Nikkita Lyons. She came out, did her little splash move, and it was over. Nice. It was pretty good. Nikkita Lyons kind of celebrated. Kendal Grey was still in the ring. Blah blah blah. And then Kali Armstrong showed back up to beat Kendal Grey up even more and everything. And she was stretching the hell out of that knee. They finally was able to break it up, and that was pretty much that was almost the end of the show. It was pretty much the end of the show. What ended up happening, let me see, did this happen at the end? Oh, this might have happened somewhere in the middle of this month. I probably forgot about this part. All right, Keanu Carver was looking for Gallus because Gallus, I forgot to mention in the beginning, they were after swipe right jumped Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis. Gallus got in there and started jumping them too, so they were looking for him. They couldn't find him, so Stevie Turner says, "Okay, if you want him that bad, next week you have to tag, and then you could fight Gallus." So it's official now. Unfortunately, Gallus was also let go in the Rivalries last Friday. So I thought that maybe that's what they did this week was not show the match, but. All right, here's my theory on everything that was going on today. I have to check this to make sure, but it seemed like maybe they taped some stuff recently and added into the show. I have to write that. I have to research that to confirm it. I noticed during the town hall, people had on different clothes than they had on later on in the show, which is fine, but it wasn't like ring gear. It was like regular gear. The fact that Lexis King referenced the Axiom match from a few weeks ago, that because I think it was like right after, was it right after Mania or right before Mania? But it was like recently, like within like April. So it's like, these matches were filmed months ago. It seemed like maybe they did some stuff. I think all the backstage stuff. I think maybe all that was filmed recently. So I'm not sure about that, but I have to research. But that's what the feeling I was getting. So my theory. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. If y'all know the answer, just let me know in the comment section. But overall, another good edition of Evolve, and this episode felt like it felt like we're evolving into a new show, only because it felt like, okay, everything before this, let's just call it season 1. This felt like the premiere of season 2 because it felt like we had the new belts, we had backstage stuff going on. We never really had anything backstage before, so it's like they're really upping everything. Man, I know this video is a little bit longer than normal and everything. Hopefully the edit process can cut it down. But yeah, it's been a long video. So, but yeah, a lot of stuff happened, and pretty good. Like I said, we only had a couple matches, but a lot of stuff happened. So, yeah, as always, let me know what I did right, what I did wrong, what else y'all would like to see. And I'm toying around. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not. Maybe when they have the women's championship match and the men's championship match, because they're going to be on 2 different weeks. 3 weeks is the women's, 4 weeks is the men's. Maybe we might do a live stream. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know if y'all want a live stream. If y'all want a live stream for it on TV. We'll try to coordinate it. Because you know it's on TV. So it's like technically it's not live. And if we all press the buttons at the same time, we can watch it at the same time. So something I'm thinking about. So if y'all want to do that, we can do that. And yeah, that'll be at the end of the month too. So yeah, I won't even be teaching anymore. So be on summer break. All right, guys. I hope you all have a good night, good day, and pleasant tomorrow. Make sure you stay kind to one another. Make sure you wash your hands. But like I always say, you should be doing all those things anyway. And it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so make sure if you have no one to talk to, make sure you can go to my Twitter page. Go to my Linktree account. It's Linktree /NDAys33. Go to my Twitter account. You don't have to sign up or anything on it. Pin to the top, the crisis hotline and everything. So give them a call if you have no one to talk to. Talk to those guys. So see y'all in the next video. I'm out.